time to get connected. With the Stars rubbing Roberto the wrong way, Luongo looked to guide the Canucks past the Stars. Sid the Kid and the Pens look to batter the Bruins as they march into Beantown. Toronto hopes to bounce back against the Bolts in Tampa. The Habs wander into Washington to start their 6-game trip, and the Sens try to keep up their peachy play in Georgia. St. Louis tries to play the spoiler against the Steelers as a Rams running back is honored. Kobe and the King. The Cavs and Lakers hit the hardcourt as LA tries not to get rocked in Cleveland. And we've saved the best for last in our fantastic finishes.
Take us out of the history book. We're not going in for that one, baby.
Hold on, because you're about to get connected. Everyone, Don Taylor here. We're getting connected. The Canucks and Stars Thursday met for the first time since Vancouver eliminated Dallas in the first round of the 07 Stanley Cup playoffs. And while that series went the distance, it wasn't heated enough to establish any true rivalry between these two teams. But this might. The fact the Stars are accusing Roberto Luongo of cheating during the Stars' morning skate. Mike Smith and Marty Turco adding cardboard emblazoned with the number 1 to their pads. An obvious shot at Roberto Luongo. Bobby Lou, meanwhile, coming in with 4 shutouts in his last 5 home games. He's not bothered by that Turco and Smith stuff. First period, he's tested early. Steve Ott from the slot. Luongo keeps it out. Then Matt Niskanen's shot comes right to Joel Lundqvist. Can't put it into the empty cage. Stars keep pressing. Mike Ribeiro for Brendan Morrow. Stymied by Bobby Lou. Scoreless after 1. Now we go to the second period. Morrow to Ribeiro. Roberto Luongo, the enormous save. Got to take another look at that as number 1 in blue, green, and white coming through. Vancouver opens the scoring. Mason Raymond circles the net. Goes between Turco's body and right arm and in. 1-0 of the goal by the ex-Camrose Kodiak. Mason Raymond. Turco frustrated. Hank Sedin gets in close. Turco gets a stick into his face. Gets the deuce for the roughing. Canucks up 1-0 through 2. Third period. Marcus Naslund. His weak shot is stopped, but Daniel Sedin has the rebound. His 13th. 2-0 for the home team. Stars answer. Luongo gets caught out of his net. Louis Eriksson feeds UC Jokinen. Luongo's one flaw. His inability to handle the puck. Cuts the lead to 2-1. Vancouver 5-on-3. Matthias Olin point shot stop. Danny Sedin on the rebound. Second of the night. 14th of the year. 3-1. Canucks try for some more on the power play. Jason Jaffrey drives, beats Turco, but it's waved off. Taylor Pyatt called for interference. And you know what? You look at the replay. Nothing wrong with that call at all. I feel sorry for Jason Jaffrey, but nothing wrong with that call at all. Ensuing Stars power play. Morrow, shot, stop. Rebound comes to Antti Miettinen. Beats Luongo. Cuts the lead to 3-2. But that's as close as they come. Vancouver hangs on for the 3-2 victory. The Stars' 4-game win streak is over. Mike Modano fails to register a point for the first time in 7 straight regular season games against the Canucks. Roberto Luongo, by the way, Daniel Sedin's game winner, his 5th of the season, tied for the NHL lead with, you'll never guess this, trivia fans, Patrick Sharp and Jeremy Roenick. Now, back to Bobby Lou, Roberto Luongo, he of the allegedly overly large pads, 8-0-2 in his last 10 home starts.
I was tight, and then, there was a couple weird bounces, like I said. Miscommunication on our part on the first goal they scored, and then puck was bouncing a couple times, landed on the guy's stick, empty net. They scored one like that, we scored one like that. So I wouldn't say it was that much more open than usual.
For 40 minutes, it was not a whole lot of chances and space out there, and for some reason opened up in the third. But it was a nice win for us, and these are usually when we play the Stars, the games look pretty much like this.
There were a few more goals scored than usual, but I thought throughout the game both teams, stuck to what they do best. And I'm not quite sure what it looked like from up top there, but from the ice level, you could see both teams working really hard to find some open ice. There wasn't a lot of it.
I don't make the equipment, I just wear it, so that's all I have to say. I think Marty, we're friends. I don't think he was doing that in a malicious way.
All All right, there's Roberto Luongo talking about being accused by Marty Turco of using illegal pads. Now, during the first intermission of this contest, Canucks GM Dave Nonis talked to the media about the subtle jabs the Stars threw at Roberto and his pads during the morning skate.
It's ridiculous, but I mean, if you want to try to bring things to the attention of the league, you can. The fact is, all the pads that every goaltender, including the ones that Marty Turco and every other player that plays net in our league, all those pads go through the league clearinghouse, and they're approved going into the season. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with Louis' pads. So if that's an issue for them, then they can do it. I think it was more, poking fun or good natured than anything. But from my standpoint, it has absolutely no bearing on the outcome of the game. Now, I'm not sure you want to get one of the most competitive people I've ever seen, even more fired up prior to a game. But they can do what they'd like. Again, it's not the first time they've questioned, I think, his equipment, and I'm pretty certain that Roberto's not as good as he is because of what he's wearing.
Again, he's leading.
With those Hey, welcome back, everybody. Roberto Luongo has been named the 07 Goalie of the Year by a publication called Goalies World Magazine. But if you ask either of the Dallas Stars netminders, they would probably say they think Bobby Lou's stats are padded. You see, during the pregame skate on Thursday, they wore cardboard flaps on their pads with the number 1 on them, insinuating that old Bobby Lou uses oversized goalie pads.
I was just, conducting an experiment. And just, what route, you're always looking to get better. I just got these pads sent in from the league, so I don't really know much about them, but I just heard they help stop some pucks, so try them out.
All right, Stars and Canucks. Bobby Lou with 4 shutouts in his last 5 home games. You look at the flaps on his, can't see it there, but you look at the flaps on his goalie pads, they wouldn't stop anything. He's tested early Steve Ott from the slot, and then Matt Niskanen, his shot comes to Joel Lundqvist, couldn't put it into the yawning cage. Mike Ribeiro sent us for Brendan Morrow. Stopped by Luongo, scoreless after 1. Second period, Vancouver opens the scoring. Mason Raymond, the speedster, circling the net, shooting and scoring. Marty Turco not looking good there. Canucks lead by a score of 1-0. Mason second of the season, second of his career. Turco frustrated. Hank Sedin in close. Turco gets a stick into his face, gets 2 minutes for roughing. A third period, Vancouver adds to its lead. Marcus Lashlin stopped Daniel Sedin on the rebound, though. Canucks up 2-0. Now 2-1 Vancouver. 5-on-3. Matthias Ohlund point shot stops Daniel Sedin. Bangs home the rebound. 3-1 Vancouver. The Canucks go on to edge the Stars by a score of 3-2. Roberto Luongo now 8-0-2 in his last 10 home starts. Daniel Sedin gets his 5th game winner of the season. That ties him for the league lead with, of all people, Patrick Sharp and Jeremy Roenick.
Once you get confidence, it's pretty easy playing hockey. It's you seem to find the bounces and the rebounds, and it's fun playing hockey.
I think right now we're playing well as a team. We're doing the right things, and first period was a little bit slow, but then I thought we slowly took over.
It's nice to see all those guys play. The 3 of them play together. They have chemistry out there. It's a belief too, right? It's much like I'm a penalty killer. It's a belief when you go out there, when you're on a roll. You get in that groove, and your penalty kill gets very successful. And it's the same with goal scorers, is when they're on the ice and starting to make plays, they have that belief that they're going to score when they're on the ice.
All right, 3-2 for the Canucks over the Stars at Gia Place. As always, we're joined by former Canuck turned analyst Gary Volk. Gary, you can talk all you want about every other Canuck, Daniel Sedin with 2 goals and all that, but this was Roberto Luongo's game. The first period, Dallas owned the Canucks. He held them in.
He held them in big time. They outshot him. They outchanced them. The quality grade A scoring chances that Dallas had tonight in the slot, point blank, one-timers, and from good goal scorers like Mike Modano, like Mike Ribeiro, were unbelievable tonight. He made those saves at times look easy. It's remarkable how he's able to go post to post on one-timers and make it look easy with that puck hitting him in the middle of the chest. It's incredible, and he was the man again. And in back-to-back games, he gets called out in the paper.
He answered the challenge twice. He had to go up against Marty Brodeur, supposedly the best goaltender on the planet, and now he's getting bothered about his pads by Marty Turco. He answers the bell.
He does, and he answers the bell convincingly. Like, he beat Brodeur convincingly. Tonight, Turco made a few mistakes out there, especially on Mason Raymond's first goal. He answered the bell convincingly, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's talk about Mason Raymond. He only played 5 minutes, but what a 5 minutes, according to Gary Volk.
How does that happen? He plays 5 minutes. He's got 4 points his last 5 games. The Canucks are looking for secondary scoring. I'm not understanding why this kid isn't playing 12, 13 minutes a game. Every time he's out there, he's making something happen. A little confusing on my part. I'm not sure, but I'd like to point him out because he was effective.
Okay, and finally, your thoughts on the Chris Simon suspension. Just kidding. As always, a fine job by ex-Canuck turn analyst Gary Volk. All right, the Canucks now hit the road for 2 Saturday night in Phoenix. Gary's got some opinions on the Simon situation. I'm not going to put you through that, Gary. And Sunday, you dropped your wallet again. Saturday night in Phoenix and Sunday in Colorado. Then, after a few days off for Christmas, the Canucks host the Flames next Thursday and Anaheim next Tuesday.